We live submerged in an ocean of energy, a hidden realm of waves and particles called the electromagnetic spectrum. From the low hum of radio waves to the searing intensity of gamma rays, it dictates reality. But what if we could not just sense it, what if we could command it? What if you were the spectrum itself? The invisible and the seeing, visible light. First, the familiar, visible light. The tiny fraction of the spectrum our eyes perceive. But for a spectrum user, this is the power of perception and deception. The power of invisibility, translucence. Imagine being the phantasm. You manipulate visible light, not by bending it around you, but by instantly shifting your body's frequency of absorption and reflection. You become perfectly translucent, an empty silhouette, allowing light to pass right through you. Not just turning invisible, but becoming a living window, unseen and untouchable. Extend this to selective translucence, phase only your hand through a safe to snatch its contents, or flicker in and out like a glitch in reality, disorienting foes mid-battle. The power of seeing, enhanced vision ***. But invisibility is only half the trick. Shift your vision into the adjacent bands. Suddenly, you see the world through the heat signature of infrared, tracking every life form by their thermal footprints, even through thin walls or in total darkness. Or peer into the structures of matter with ultraviolet vision, revealing microscopic flaws, secret inks, forged documents, or the fluorescent traces of DNA left at a crime scene. Push further, X-ray glimpses to scan bones and hidden weapons, turning you into a walking medical scanner or security nightmare. The world is laid bare, secrets glowing like neon. Energy projection, high frequency. Now, we step past the veil of visible light, into the high-energy territory, where waves become weapons. The luminescent blast, cosmic energy ***. You tap into the sheer kinetic force of high-frequency waves, channeling the raw, untamed power of the cosmos. Think of it less as a laser and more as a focused beam of starlight, pure, ionizing energy that can cut through steel, destabilize matter at the atomic level, or induce radiation sickness in living targets. They call you the cosmic ray. Scale it up, unleash a wide-arc gamma burst to sterilize a battlefield, leaving electronics fried and biology mutated. The microwave field ***. Or, for something more subtle, you generate a highly focused beam of microwaves. Instantaneously heating targets from the inside out, boiling blood in veins or cooking organs without external burns. Create a disruptive, non-lethal shield that boils the moisture out of the air around you, deflecting projectiles with superheated plasma vortices, or weaponize it to pop eardrums and induce vertigo in crowds. X-ray precision strike. Delve deeper into the ionizing realm. Emit controlled X-ray pulses to penetrate flesh and shatter bones from afar, or use them diagnostically in reverse, healing allies by targeting tumors with pinpoint radiation therapy. But beware, overexposure risks your own cellular integrity. Other potential, low frequency and manipulation. The power isn't just in the blast. It's in the fundamental manipulation of the world's underlying signals. Radio mind control, frequency jamming. Drop down to the low end. Radio and microwaves. You can flood an area with broad-spectrum static, instantly jamming all communication, radar, surveillance, and even pacemakers or neural implants. Or, more terrifyingly, you can broadcast a hypnotic frequency directly into the human brain, becoming the ultimate puppet master, controlling thoughts with a silent, invisible radio suggestion. Tune to theta waves for induced sleep, or delta for comas, hijack Wi-Fi to infiltrate smart homes and turn IoT devices against their owners. Holographic reality, the ultimate illusion. Using precisely tuned lasers and polarized light, you don't just become translucent, you create. Crafting massive, three-dimensional holographic environments, fooling cameras, security systems, and entire armies. Project false armies marching on horizons, duplicate yourself into a swarm of decoys, or overlay nightmarish visions directly onto retinas via targeted light frequencies. You are the master illusionist, making reality bend to the laws of light. ELF resonance, extremely low frequency. Venture to the depths of the spectrum. Generate infrasound-like ELF waves to induce nausea, hallucinations, or seismic vibrations in the ground, cracking foundations or triggering migraines en masse. Manipulate the Earth's own magnetic field for short-range telekinesis, levitating metallic objects or disrupting compasses to sow chaos in navigation. The Spectrum User, a living antenna, a walking wave generator. Every signal, every broadcast, every glimmer of light, is yours to command. You are not a master of the elements. You are the master of energy itself.
But absolute power demands absolute focus. The Spectrum User is a conduit, an antenna, and every antenna has its points of failure. The challenges of controlling the fundamental forces of light and energy are as profound as the powers themselves. Energy drain and overload. To project gamma rays or maintain perfect translucence requires astronomical energy. The Spectrum User isn't creating this power. They're drawing it from their own metabolic reserves and channeling environmental energy, solar, electrical grids, or ambient radiation. Every cosmic blast leaves them physically depleted, moments away from collapse, muscle seizing, vision tunneling. Sustaining a high-frequency power, like intense heat generation, could lead to a catastrophic internal overload, literally burning out their own nervous system or inducing lethal arrhythmias. Weakness, extreme fatigue, and the constant risk of self-combustion if control wavers. A sudden, massive power exertion could be their last. Mitigate with energy siphoning from outlets or storms, but this risks unpredictable surges. Environmental interference, the static. The world is not quiet. It's a cacophony of EM signals. A Spectrum User's abilities rely on precision tuning. Introducing massive amounts of broad-spectrum static, a powerful electromagnetic pulse, EMP, Faraday cages, or fighting near a high-powered broadcast station, can be crippling. It's like trying to think in a hurricane of noise, making control impossible, and turning their focused blasts into wild, unpredictable surges that backfire. Water conducts and scatters waves, turning rain into a natural dampener. Weakness. EMP attacks can temporarily blind and deafen the Spectrum User, forcing a dangerous feedback loop of their own powers. Underground or in shielded bunkers, their range plummets. Lack of physicality. While they can manipulate energy, the Spectrum User often neglects the physical. Their powers are generally non-corporeal. They can phase through a wall using translucence, but they can't punch through it without immense strain, or carry objects while invisible without them glowing like beacons. They rely on energy projection, making them highly vulnerable to close-quarters combat. A power dampener, insulated suits, or simply a well-aimed strike while they are focused on projecting, could be devastating. Mirrors and reflective surfaces bounce beams back. Smoke or fog diffuses illusions. Weakness, physical attacks and material shielding. Energy beams can be reflected or absorbed, e.g., by a lead for X-rays, leaving them open to a simpler, more direct threat. No super strength means a grapple or chokehold ends the fight. Biological backlash, the human limit. Your body is the antenna, but flesh wasn't built for this. Prolonged UV exposure accelerates skin cancer. Gamma channeling risks leukemia. Brainwave manipulation rebounds, causing migraines or schizophrenia-like echoes of controlled minds. Allergies to certain frequencies manifest as seizures. Weakness. Anti-radiation drugs or neural suppressants can nullify powers temporarily. Age degrades the tuning, organ, whatever mutated gland enables this, leading to erratic abilities in later life. Moral and ethical static. Commanding minds erodes your own sanity. Illusions blur the line between real and fake, trapping you in paranoia. Society's hunt. Signal witches, with spectrum analyzers and jammers. Weakness, isolation. Trust no one. Your powers make you a walking surveillance state or weapon of mass deception. The spectrum user is a god of light and shadow, but they are tethered to the fragile laws of physics. Their greatest strength is also their most critical vulnerability. To wield the spectrum is to walk on a knife's edge, eternally tuned between transcendence and total meltdown.